it's Amanda here from Lolli Lulu Crafts, and today we are doing a storage video again. And today's video we will be looking at paper storage and any kind of collections or sort of toppers, etc. that you might have. So essentially sheets of paper in however that comes about. So I've got a couple of different ways that I've done my storage for my paper, so we'll go around my lodge and take a look at them in turn. Okay, so I have got some of my papers and collections in the buckets, as I call them, or boxes that are in the cubbies, and I will show you exactly how I've stored them inside of there. Then I've got some in these magazine holders. I've got them in different places in the room because it's just fun, really. And then I've got a whole section here of them in these magazine holders, and also, although I still call them magazine holders, they're actually 12 by 12s, and also some of the cropper hopper type ones as well that are 12 by 12. So there's different ones there. And then at the end there you will just see I have a rack. Those are like the racks that you see in stores, and I managed to get one of those from a wholesaler, and I've got a load of paper on those as well. So it's really helpful for that. So we'll go around and look at it in a bit more detail. I'm like with my embellishments, I think it's going to be almost impossible to do this video in two halves, as I have done on a number of the videos where I do the storage first and then look at the crafty stash afterwards. And secondly, frankly, with the amount of paper that we all have, I think really it's going to be impossible to show you all of it anyway. So I'm not going to be so much focusing on the actual paper, etc., as to the storage is going to be the main focus. I mean, I will sort of indicate to you what's in each one and the kind of give you a little peek at the kind of thing that's in there, but there's no way we can look at every single piece because it just would be a 10-hour video, wouldn't it? Okay, so we're going to probably have to go, as it were, freestyle on the camera because it's almost impossible to look inside these buckets with a tripod, etc. So I'm going to have to take you off that, and so I do say sorry in advance if you get a little seasick, but I will do my best to keep it steady for you. Okay, so as I said, we've got some of my papers in these magazine holders. These are the same as I've used for a couple of things, including some embossing folders. These particular ones are white, but I put this gorgeous glittery card on the front because I wanted it to be a pink column here. I haven't particularly worried about having every single scrap of paper in exactly the same place. It's not exactly a large, you know, massive warehouse or anything, you know, so it's not like the end of the world. This bit's over here, and then I've got papers over in the other part of the Kallax unit. It's not really a big deal. So I've got here some cardstock that's patterned, random sort of patterned cardstock here. This is mostly Kanban, I think. So that's just sort of some random bits. And then I've got some coloured paper here, and I just actually thought that looked really pretty, to be honest. And then here I've got vellums and acetates and different ones, and then just at the very end I've got a couple of acetates in these wallets, which you will see there is a theme to these wallets because I use these a lot for paper storage. Okay, so then in this bucket under here I have got all my 8x8s, and again, you can already see the start. This is how I'm using these wallets. I'm putting, say, a different section or collection or type of card. Like in this one, I've got all my gingham, so there's different colours in here. and then maybe, I don't know, and this one, it's sort of a random, this is part of that collection that we had that I showed you the other week in a big card haul. There was some stuff in here that's from that, so I've put those, like that one's all the snake skin, and that one's like that men's collection, so they're all in there. And then I've got these Anna Griffin ones here, and then at the back I've got some paper pads, so it's really nice and easy to get to. So then just along I have got 2 buckets with collections and kits in. So this is anything but hunky-dory, because all my hunky-dory are in these wallets like this. So the whole collection, sometimes you'll have the toppers in one and the cardstock in another one, but all the collection is together in each wallet, and so you can see what's what. So here, for example, we've got this Kanban Love Your Pets collection, just as an example, and it's all in there, and so I know that that's that collection, and I can go ahead and find it and just work from that, knowing that every element is in there and correct. However, what I have done is taken all my hunky-dory out of the lodge. I know where it is. I've put it in because I've got a lot of hunky-dory and it was just taking up miles too much space. So what I've done is I've got these 2 big plastic tubs like big, I mean they're like twice, they take sort of 2 to 3 of these in each one, and I've got 2 of them full of hunky-dory kits, and I am going to store those indoors, because as and when I need any hunky-dory, I'll know where it is and I can go and get it. So I haven't like put things like my hunky-dory cardstock out there. So my adorable scorables are here, my pattern cardstock, etc. is all out here. Not pattern cardstock that belongs to a kit, but general stuff that I've purchased from them is there. So here I've got paper at the bottom here, and this is all of my 6x6s pads. So I've got them in these lovely Linux drawers, and then at the side I've got the smaller ones, and in those I've got some plain cardstock, some little sort of patterned DCWV ones, and then here I've got again 5x7 because they can go a long ways, so that worked really well. And it's nice because you get to see them, but they're kept nice and tidy because of the drawers, so I like that a lot. So then here we've got 4 pink buckets, and they've all got paper in, and they're all in the plastic wallets, and I love it. This top 2 is all my Stampin' Up, and each, sorry, let's go down the drawer, actually it'll be easier for you and me. So that's my second one with the Stampin' Up, and each one is in a wallet, and I've labelled the wallet because you've got little pocket thing there at the front. So that's all my Stampin' Up. I have popped down the side here a bit of a box with some smaller sheets of paper side by side, just some A5, so that's there. But the great thing I like about these wallets is that, look, I've got all these little teeny weeny bits, but they can all be kept and they're all secure, and you know exactly what colour it is. You're not going to forget what it is, and also you're not just going to sort of chuck it because you think, oh, I don't, you know, I've got nowhere to put it, and you don't have to worry about having sort of a random box for odds and ends, so that's really helpful, I think. And then in this one, this is all my white papers of all different types, so printable ones, my colouring ones, my Copic marker ones, my just generally all sorts of different ones. And then down the side here we've got my watercolour pads and my pencil drawing pads, etc. So they're all in there. So that's basically white, your basics. And then the bottom here, this is all gorgeous yumminess. This is all things like sparkly stuff. So that's lovely pearlescent. And again, all in this wallet. This is all my holographic or mirror board. So there's all different sorts, like this beautiful sequined one that we saw in that video, when that haul that I just had. They're all in here. Just at the side, I've got a box here that's got as it were handmade mulberry type papers, and then just some more odd bits at the side in the smaller wallets. So we've got here some odd shapes of mirror board, but this is in the A5 wallet, so that's different bits and pieces at the side here for that. And then probably one of my favourite sections, particularly for the paper, is this bit here, because you can just see all the colours just peeking out and it just looks so attractive. I love the fact that the colour is showing. So all the ones here without holes are A4, and then all these ones with holes are 12 by 12s, and the A4 ones are IKEA and they're really nice quality, and then the 12 by 12s are totally Tiffany, and then there's a couple down here that are Cropper Hoppers. So let's take a bit of a closer look of what I've done, but it's quite hard to get in to look at them too closely, but we'll do the best we can. So as you can see, quite nice quality, even though they're relatively inexpensive. So we've got here, these three are all my hunky-dory. So these two are my adorable scoreable. So I've just rainbowed my adorable scoreable, and just so pretty. I'm really pleased with how that's turned out, actually. Just trying to show you some of it. I mean, adorable scoreables are really nice cardstock anyway. It's a 350 GSM. Not sure what that is in pound, but so that's those two. And then on this one we've got, you can just see it's like a shiny, it's like a mirror, but like a silk mirror, again in different colours, and it's basically Hunky Dory's version. So there's quite a lot of different pretty colours there. So that's all those. And then these three along the top here are, two here are coloured paper and card. So this is all miscellaneous type card and paper, really, just plain colours, but it might be that they were sort of like this one here, it's got texture, but then a bit further on we've got one that's just sort of plain greens. So we've got all these lovely pretty colours and different types of paper, but just all put together here, and I just think it looks so nice. You can just catch the colour along the edge there, and I think it looks really attractive. Then here we've got my glitter cardstock, which is almost impossible for me to show you how gorgeous it is, but because you just can't see the glitter really, but you can see what lovely colours there are. So pretty. And if I just show you this side, there's a stripy piece that you can at least get some idea of pretty glitter. So that's that. A4. Then the last two A4 boxes have got my mirror card in. I've got like a linen version. So this is basically my gold and silver. Whoops, that's got that on there. So you can see it's got this gorgeous sort of linen effect, and it really is a muted kind of mirror. It's just not really like a shiny mirror. And so that's gold and silver. And then in here I've got proper mirror in the gold, and then that would be the silver going the other way. And then what's this here? Oh, some coloured mirror as well. So really pretty. And then we get on to the 12 by 12s, so all of these. So we start off here. I've got this one, and then down here, these ones here are all Anna Griffin. So this is Anna Griffin paper pads. So just a variety of different Anna pads. It's quite hard to sort of show those really, but you can get the idea. So a variety of those. And then down here we've got different Anna Griffin sheets of paper, which is obviously a little bit dark, but just individual sheets which I literally sat and went through and sorted into colours because I really wanted it to be properly organised. So if I knew I wanted blue, that's where I go. Now some of that's quite hard to sort because you're sort of thinking, well, you know, some of these are quite multicoloured, but you know, I did the best that I could. So then we've got some of this beautiful flocked paper of hers. You can see it's so lovely. I don't know if you can really see the texture, but it's absolutely beautiful. So we've got all different black and whites there, and then greys, and then to the neutral and golds, etc. So just finishing off our colour palette, and then I've got actually gold and silver, literally gold and silver there, and then just some random ones like this is all Christmas in there, and sort of her die cut type ones there, and then some vellums. And then here we've got 12 by 12 pattern papers, but these are sort of more some of the collections. So that you can see that's one particular collection and so on. And then there's some actual pads, I think, at the end there by the looks of it. So that's my Anna Griffin. Then up here, as you can see, I don't really need to sort of flick through that because it's kind of obvious. We've got my American Crafts. Now I love American Crafts, particularly love it for using with my Cricut. I find it really, really good for that. And then at the side here, I've got one of these cropper hopper insert sort of ones that we talked about before, I think on something else I had. Oh yes, the dies. I've put here, I've got my large Stampin' Up sheets. I had some 12 by 12s before I decided I really only wanted A4s, so I just had a few of those. And then along here I've got some miscellaneous patterned paper. And again, I've just sorted that into sort of colour as best as one can. Nice pretty ones there. And then I've taken some odd pieces that were just odds and ends that I had, and I've just put that in a wallet and slid that down the side. I actually did the same with some hunky-dory up here. I had this lovely ombre set that they came out with, and I just slid it along the side here because it's just like some of the basic cards, and it doesn't show, so it you know, you don't really notice it, so I don't think it's a big deal. So then alongside the Anna Griffin, just below our American Crafts here, we've got 3 more of the 12 by 12. So we've got miscellaneous card pads. So these are just big paper packs, these really big chunky ones that you can get sometimes, and just random makes that I've picked up, and I've just popped those in there. Now here I've got my Cane Company, so I've got a variety of their papers. A lot, these ones for example are the ones that I got when you Cane Company do like an annual pack, so at the end of the year they put all their collections into one big set. So that's what these are here, and so I just popped the 2, I think I've got 2 or 3 of them in here, and I just pop them in, and it's really cool. I really like those. And then here is my Cane Company, just different paper pads, and I've just popped those in there. So then at the bottom here we have some more paper pads. So we've got some die cuts with the view here. So just different big 12 by 12 paper pads. And then some Crate and Craft. This is their like mirror one, and some pearl cardstock there, etc. Just some odd ones like that. And also some die cuts with the view from that point onwards, because that went with that section there. Then here I've just got coloured paper and card. This is sort of your random ones. So some lovely just different colours here, really pretty, but they weren't American Crafts. I can't actually think of the name of the brand, but there's some different ones. There's some lovely sparkly ones there as well. I just can't quite think of it. And there's some like some textured ones as well, but I just can't think who. And then I've got this great black 12 by 12 card, and then next to the black in these cropper hoppers I've got my white 12 by 12. And then next to that we've got another one of these boxes. This has got things like my odds and ends miscellaneous 12 by 12. So we've got Mickey Mouse Disney one there, we've got Martha Stewart, just some random ones, I don't know what that is. And then oh, here we've got these beautiful Tilda ones at the back there. I love those, and they're so pretty. And then in here, these were not suitable for these boxes because of what I needed to do. So what I did was I turned the box on its side, and then I put inside of it, because these don't fit the other way up, so I had to turn this on its side, but I put these inside of it because these were like little bundles that came with sort of stickers and odds and ends. So I wanted to keep them together. I didn't want them to get mixed up and lost with the elements, so I kept them like that so that I could keep each little collection together, and the same there. But anyway, that's all of my paper in that section. And then finally, probably my favourite part for the papers is this rack. I absolutely love it. It's all my what I think of as my Sue Wilson card, but it's actually of course the Creative Expressions card, but I always think of it as her because obviously that's what she uses in her creations all the time. Now, as I have with the others, I have put them in the wallets and I've labelled them so I know exactly what colour it is, etc. Now, not every rack has just got one on. Some of them have got two. So here, for example, and a couple down the bottom there as well. But it's just really attractive as well. I think it looks really nice just having that pop of colour. In fact, I think the whole thing looks nice with the colour, just generally with the cardstock out. I really like that. So that is how I store my paper and my cardstock. So I hope that you found that useful. As with all the videos on my storage solutions, do make sure that you click the link below this video if you're on YouTube. So click on show more on the paragraph below it. It'll open up and you'll see a link under the heading corresponding blog post. That will take you to the blog post that goes with this video, and that will have all the links for all the different items, like the wallets, the rack, everything pretty much on there, so you can see exactly what it is and use the links if you want to as well. Okay, so I'm sorry that it's not been on a tripod. I hope it hasn't made you feel too queasy being handheld, but it obviously, as you could probably appreciate, it would be almost impossible to do this with the tripod. So I hope it's not been too bad for you. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Do make sure you come back to see the rest of the videos that I'm doing on storage, and of course the introductory video as well. Otherwise, thank you so much, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.